What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Poppet's Corner. A little bonus material just for the folks at the heavy metal television. So welcome, guys, and I'd like to bring back on the program here. And thanks for staying and hanging.
Our pleasure.
Mr. Denny Ray and Mr. Mike C of C4OC Radio, and of course House of Metal, and a bunch of other, the Project Denny Ray, C4OC, and a bunch of other shit,
all that stuff.
So thank you guys again for coming on
Yeah.
and hanging. I really appreciate you guys staying.
Always a pleasure.
Now, this specific topic I want to discuss with you, and we were discussing it obviously before getting on here, was the concept of if money didn't exist within, let's just hypothetically, if money didn't exist, right? Music specifically, I think would have, would benefit more from it, from not. But there's obviously that's a fantasy, right? You have to have something, some incentive for people to work and blah blah and blah 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 blah, right? So that aside, we were talking about kind of like algorithms and Facebook and
or how much more difficult it is to find out what bands are playing where and what venues have what going on.
Sure. So let's start there, and I want you. Hopefully, we can repeat ourselves at where we
did.
That way, that way we can put it on record here. So I'm going to give the floor to you, Mike, and spew what you got to spew.
Yeah. Well, what we were talking about, what kind of led into the show was Tanner was mentioning, it's so hard or it's so difficult now to find out what bands are playing where, because a lot of bands on whatever social media it is, we were specifically mentioning Facebook, for example, which just probably has the largest, audience out there. Most people or band members, you have your band page, and but that's the only way you can put your invitation out there. You can't do it on your personal page. You can't start your band invitation for an event. So I'm going to create my event on Facebook, but now, it's going to go onto your band Facebook page, but the band members themselves are the ones that are going to be responsible for getting the word out there. And a lot of times people just hit the share button. They're not actually hitting the invite button because they don't want to go down there a list of friends and that type of stuff. And it takes a while. But what Tanner was getting at, in particular, there is no outlet out there to find out where all the bands are playing or what venue, your local venues, your small business owner, to find out, because a lot of small business owners don't update their own pages. And band members, unfortunately, aren't the most reliable about doing it either, about even hitting the share button. I mean, as a promoter, I always go, if I have bands playing, I'm going to go check out that band's page to see if they've even shared that event or anything. And I'll go down their page. I'll even see, who's all in this band? Okay, I'm going to check out everyone's page. And if I don't see shit going on, hey, I'm going to send them, I'm going to call them, send them a text message or whatever. Hey, how come you're not sharing this thing, or not let any of your, how come you're not letting your fan base know that you have a show going on, as opposed to just 24 to 48 hours. But the same thing goes for the local business owner. They don't do that stuff to promote what's going on there either.
Right.
But where is everyone going to find out where the band is playing or what shows are going on anywhere? Because we're, when we were growing up, we would have to go check out local magazines, that were only in us for your county or that local that region of the county, to
or
find
the
out.
Local music store or whatnot, billboard,
Yeah, we were talking about, even handing out flyers, for shows. But where is everyone going now, if you're a band, to share that information?
And branching off of this point, I remember we had a thing called moshking.com.
Yes.
And I always loved that because I could fucking, they're playing at this venue, whoever was updating it, it was a godsend, because I found out
they stayed on top of their shit, right?
Yeah, they stayed on top of it, and man, dude, we could benefit from just having that, right? Not relying on fucking fuckbook.
Yeah. I like that.
On you know, to do everything for us, because it doesn't do anything for us actually. In actuality, you know, I just wish that we had another avenue, another outlet to discover all the shows in our specific areas in question.
The only thing I really know nowadays that really gets into really what's going on around the area is Steven Anderson.
Yes, I was thinking the same exact
Friday,
guy. Yep.
Every Friday, that guy puts on what's going on every weekend at every club. He doesn't even live in this city.
Yeah.
And for the 3 states, you know, he puts all the clubs in there. He puts out that post. He shares it everywhere. Steven Anderson.
Yeah, he does a post on Friday mornings for all the shows that are going on Friday night throughout Southern California, from like LA all the way down to San Diego.
Yep.
You'll see he'll post shit that's going on in Vegas, shit that's going on out in the Phoenix area,
Arizona.
Freaking
Utah, I've seen on there once in a while.
Yeah, depending on what band it is.
Yeah,
and literally he'll make a post, and you're just scrolling down because he has it listed. What venue, what venue, what band is playing.
Yep.
And he does the same thing Saturday morning. Like, realistically, if I'm not going to a show, or if I know whatever shows are going on, I might not be interested from what I see, I'm always going to check out Steven Anderson on Facebook. And he was actually at our show this.
Yes, he was
this past Saturday. I was like, even let him know, like, dude, like, hey, thank you for posting.
Right. He was there when we did the Denny Ray Project release. Yes,
but he's one guy that maybe has like 1,000 friends.
Right.
Yeah. I'm talking on a bigger scale. I'm talking like having like a Mosh King again.
Yeah.
Like maybe we have one of those platforms and I just don't know about it.
Yeah, same here.
I just think that it's important to have something outside of social media, and like how we have Metal Archives for I can discover more bands that way.
Yes.
Or rate your music, or just other places that aren't, aren't the big tech that can control that specific content.
Now, but let me ask you something, because unfortunately, printed advertising, that's gone. I forget what even the one that was out here in Southern California in Orange County for a long time.
OC Weekly.
OC Weekly.
Yeah.
I mean, do you even see that anymore? OC Weekly.
I don't know. Most of us haven't been out of the house.
No, they have an internet.
Yeah. But even still,
but if they do have a magazine coming out, it's not.
It's not what it used to be.
Section is not what it used to be.
But over the past so many years, even before, when there was that whole housing crash about 12 years ago and that type of shit. Okay, another, but this could give you an idea how fucked up this whole snowball of shit has actually escalated. During that time, that's when House of Metal, we were just starting to get into shit, and we figured, oh my god, because it was kind of like the worst time, because we're just starting to get started in a sense, and we're seeing venue after venue close. You know that as well as I do.
There.
Venue was closing, or it was a turnover.
Yeah.
And so there was this kind of a dead period, a lull, where there wasn't many shows going on because there was no place to play, almost like how it was during COVID's past, like over these past 15 months. There was no place to play. And it's another whole stream where if a lot of venues have closed, and there's more slowly opening up, we hope, but now all of a sudden you have Johnny, small business owner, who's he's got some big loan he's got to pay. Is he willing to? A lot of these business owners are not willing to take a risk to advertise. God only knows why. I mean, baffles the fuck out of me.
They don't have the money.
Yeah, but unfortunately, you got to spend money to make money. But they won't even update their own websites. I can go to about a half a dozen venues, or bars, clubs, whatever, and you're going to see shit there from like 2019, or shit that hasn't been updated in months. And I'm not joking. And and I don't like saying it at all, but that's the God's honest truth. And I was even just telling you before, I could go to any of these places, talk to their owner. I'm like, can you just even log into your computer? I don't want to see your log on or password or any of that kind of bullshit. Get me to the spot where I can access what's going on here, as long as you have a list of shit, and I'll do it. And they'll just tell you straight out, no, or I don't have the time to do that. And just think that's how fucked up it is. They're expecting, between the promoter and the bands to keep things happening. And it isn't much. It is harder, but but coming out of COVID this year is a heck of a lot different, because in a sense where no one could go anywhere. Bands couldn't perform. You couldn't go out to a show because everything was just fucking
lockdown,
totally fucking closed. Since shit's been opening up over the past month and a half, every show that's been having where there's a lot of bands. Holy shit, the fucking turnouts have been amazing. Just had a show this past Saturday over at Stages. Yeah, we had 4 tribute bands and 1 original band to open up the night. Place was fucking packed. Couldn't fucking believe it. I mean, you were there for our first house metal show.
I thought it was packed. I mean, I couldn't.
We had
even more.
There was even more. I mean, a noticeable amount.
And then
more.
If you think about that on the topic of what we're talking about, is we shared it, we pushed it, but in retrospect,
not everyone does.
Not everybody does. So how did all those people know that was going to? It's all about that word of mouth thing.
I'll give you an idea. One of the bands that we had performing this past Saturday night was Anarchy X, Queensryche tribute band.
Right.
These guys kicked ass. One of the guys, we're out in the parking lot before the show, and I noticed some guy, hey, are you in what band are you here with? So I giving everyone fucking wristbands.
Right.
Hey, I'm Mike Cummings. Oh, you're that fucking guy. You're fucking sharing this shit like a fucking whore.
Right.
I'm like, that's what I have to do to get the awareness out there. I literally have a printed list back at my place of what social media page the links on Facebook, who has the biggest fucking numbers. If it's under 500, I don't give a flying fuck. Yeah, seriously. If you have if it has less than a 500 following, I'm not even going to waste my time. I'm looking for it's got to be in the thousands. Because I'm the top ones on my list, they're over 10,000 followers, and it's just for venues or Southern California shows. And I'm typing in all different fucking types of names to find these pages.
Right.
And I spend a buttload of time doing that. And also when I'm doing that, when I go onto these pages, I'm making sure I put that stupid little fucking at sign before every fucking band, every fucking time, that they know that I'm doing it. Because when they get onto Facebook, it's going to show up. Mike Cummings or House of Metal shared your name on this page and this page and this page and this page. And that's what I do. You click onto the invite. It even mentions how many times it's been shared. And you'll see I've shared the shit like over 200 fucking times.
Right.
But that also it hurts your business as well when you oversaturate. People stop listening, they stop following. So you also have a double-edged sword to that I want to kind of get to.
Oh yeah.
There's a certain time that you start that.
Yeah. And you spread it out. I don't go on those same ones every day, and I don't do it every day. Everything I have is programmed in a sense of what day, what time I'm going to do it. Bottom line, if you're in a band or anything, you want your shit to get seen the most, Monday morning between 7 and 9 a.m., post your shit. Realistically, that's going to get, out of any one day and one time, your shit's going to get seen the most that time, that day. And that's no bullshit. And what I'm also going to do is, not every time. I'm gonna I'm gonna go down the list. I'm gonna see who's in the bands that are on the show. I'm gonna find out every single band member. And you know, it has that thing where you tag this person as and the band. I'm tagging every motherfucker in that, so all their friends know that person got tagged in something. Because I know I can't rely on most people in bands to do any fucking thing. Unfucking fortunately, I mean, and sometimes it's great fucking bands. They could be the greatest fucking people that you want to meet. But when it comes to fucking actually letting their fan base know where they're playing, they don't do dick.
Yeah.
I mean, my mind gets fucking blown away because if you're in a band, you know your fans and your fan base better than anyone else. But if you're too much of a lazy sack of shit to have your fans know about what the fuck's going on, go play in your garage.
And you're not talking the guys that aren't even on Facebook. Like some of these bandmates aren't even on fucking Facebook.
Yeah,
but you're only strictly talking Facebook, right?
No, I'm going on
Instagram is another one that
and all that.
Yeah, I'm going on that. I'm going on TikTok.
We usually tag team all that social media.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
like we give them a plethora of different kind of social media to share. And if the band's like say it like this, you're coming on a certain show or you're doing a certain thing, and the people take the time to give you 5 different outlets for you to share your stuff. Are you not going to share one of those?
Yeah. The only one I personally don't go on
they make media for you. Yeah. All you got to do is reshare it.
The only one I don't go on is Twitter. That's the only social media.
But either.
I mean, we even make the different size flyers.
Different size social media.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Facebook, you're doing the wide one.
Yeah.
Instagram, you're doing the fucking tall one.
MP4s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do all that shit, and we send it to the bands. So, if you want to do your own invite or flyer, here's the different things that if you want them, here they are.
But do you only rely solely on social media to do this? Like, do you have another avenue outside of social media to promote? Like, do you go on Blabbermouths or like I'm talking outside sources than the fucking.
If Blabbermouth, we're paying for it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like a thing like well, of course that's how you. Again,
you can go to C4
to make money.
You can go to C4 OC Radio /news, and my pops usually blogs about shows coming up and what's going on.
Do you think that it's important to have outside things than big tech? Because again, it's so easy. I think the convenience of big tech is why people are still on it. It's convenient to go on these fucking platforms.
Yeah. If you're gonna do a show around the area, Facebook and that stuff. But like if you're going outside of your area, you're not friends with a lot of people that are in Arkansas. So when you go there to play, how are you going to contact these people? Yeah. What are you going to do?
But you were mentioning like doing something on Blabbermouth. But when we have like the bigger shows, where
I'm just using that as an example.
Oh yeah, no. But you're 110% right. But do we do some paid advertising? Yes, we do. Yes, we definitely do. Even did it, for the last show, even though it was a bunch of tribute bands. Yes, it could be we might pay as little as $10. It could be as $50 for a local show. If it's for a major national act, I'm paying $200 to $250.
And since we're on heavy metal television right now, which everybody listening and tuning in, thank you very much again.
Support your local music scene,
right? Yep. But having this platform is a huge benefit. This could be the next fucking. I don't even want to say what it is, right? You know what I'm talking about, the one that used to play music videos and whatnot, right? This could be that next thing. Having one specific hub to encapsulate everything. And if you're into fucking heavy metal, this is a place to go. Right. That's what we need to have. That's not big tech.
Right.
Right. So we're developing it, right? And we should be so fortunate. And I personally am so fortunate to be on this platform and have everybody, listening in right now, enjoying this shit.
And
So
that's
you have
the
to go
next
out.
step.
Yeah, you have to go outside of fucking big tech.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Right.
and the people, you have the people listening and watching and stuff. They have to, that are in bands especially. They have to go outside of big tech to fucking try and make an impact.
You might have to make a phone call to some of these people.
Yeah, but people don't like
you
making
know.
phone
Or
calls
almost
anymore.
even freaking going back to how once all the technology started, which a lot of people don't like doing, is maybe just getting an email list again.
Yeah.
It's super helpful,
mean,
especially if you're in a specific kind of band.
I mean,
right?
realistically, I can't even. It's probably been at least 7 or 8 years that I've gotten an email from a band saying we're performing wherever.
Well, and people check. I mean, me personally, I check my email every day.
Oh yeah, same here, multiple times.
You don't get where they're playing. You get, this is our new video release, and here's where you can go. But they don't, and you can go check us out on our website. But there's no shows where they're going to be.
It's funny. We were mentioning one of the hardest local working bands.
Sure, and I
As
was
is-
going to
is
bring
the
it up
only
too.
is like the only one band I do get stuff from.
We
Yeah.
were mentioning them, and I was going to bring up Void Vader
Yep.
because
Yeah.
I would get emails saying, "Hey, we're playing the Doll Hut at this day and time." I'm like, "Oh fuck yeah!"
Yeah,
I mean,
Because I don't like going on big tech. I just
Yeah.
despise all of it.
but there's
But so if I have
the
another
bands aren't
avenue,
doing that. Can you realize that there's a lot of bands that don't even know how to make an email?
no, I'm not surprised at anything
Yeah.
anymore. So,
but realistically, that might be the best way in a sense. Just even thinking about it over the past few minutes, and because as we were talking, the gears get rolling and that type of shit. And
maybe you're going about this the wrong way.
Yeah.
And that's the thing you need to do as the next thing you're trying to do to get the scene to grow and do what it's doing. You got to think constantly on simple stuff like that. Maybe social media isn't working. Maybe I need to go back to old-fashioned email. Maybe I need to go text these guys in a mass text, or stuff like that gets to the point.
and people don't like being bombarded. Like whenever I get an invite on, whenever I would get an invite, this is past tense, I wouldn't even pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Most people don't pay attention to when you send invites to people, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't work. So what's the new approach?
Yeah, unless you just happen to see a band that you like. If a little word that means a lot. If
correct, but again, what's the alternative to doing that, right?
And and you are right, like 110%, and primarily because technology is always changing. Everything gets upgraded. We're even talking before about from before there was the time before computers, where it was flyers and that type of thing, where there wasn't email, there wasn't any form of social media at all. And now also you have the big social media platforms, as we mentioned, all of them before, between MySpace, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all those type of things. And yes, you can get oversaturated. Oh, easily. I mean, very easily. But at first, that was the thing that everyone was looking for and what everyone was doing. And as you mentioned, since business have gone under, and it's been a whole bunch of new businesses that have come to the front in a sense, but no one's taking the steps, between the venue, the business owner, to even update their own websites. And you like, a lot of people have gotten tired of whatever main social media platform they used to go on, and maybe it seems strange that you have to go back to the beginning in a sense of how the technology started and go back to that, and get those email lists going again.
Like for me as a radio station, like it hits at different times. Like sometimes the radio station will be just rocking and rolling. Our website radio station rock and rolling, and then it'll taper off.
You mean like the amount of people that are actually
listening?
listening?
And then I'm like, okay, what do we do? And then I'll take a step back and I'll like, well, our YouTube channel has grown. So then I'll concentrate on the YouTube channel and putting the proper, tags and whatnot on there, and then maybe that boggles back down and maybe it's our Facebook, or maybe it's because we do have a Twitter that advertises, but we don't go on there and do our thing. But Twitter gets what we do every day. Instagram, maybe that's the thing for the week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the thing is like as a band, you got to really be aware of your surroundings.
Well, and going off of this point here, what is your target audience for these platforms? Because a majority of them are
They move,
they like all the young people are on TikTok and
but
Instagram.
they move.
Wait, but if you don't have all ages venues, nobody's gonna want to fucking
Go check that out.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
again, it's all. I'm trying to bring it around.
No, I
here,
agree with
so-
that, and that's part of the big puzzle we're talking about here. It's all age venues. It's like, are you on TikTok? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Instagram? Are you actually sending emails out there? Are you, actually talking to people about it? So it's a big thing of all this stuff. But if you're not doing any of it, nobody's gonna know.
Right, but putting in the work, I think, is what you're insinuating,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause,
yeah.
like a lot of people have been discouraged to put in the work from the grassroots thing because it's fucking work to do,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
We've relied so much on social media
Mhm.
to get it out there and whatnot that we've kind of forgotten almost how to
What
work
the
hard
greats,
at it.
what
right?
the greats had to do to get their music out.
It's true.
Yeah, it was even
Yeah.
harder.
And so,
Way harder.
again, I just wanted to ask the questions and get some sort of fucking
No,
footing on it because
it's
it's
good.
it doesn't get talked about often.
Yeah. The
People
thing
are
is-
afraid to ask the questions, especially to said promoters. Like I'm not
Yeah.
afraid of I'm not afraid of losing, people as friends and whatnot. I'm
No.
just asking fucking questions.
Oh, yeah.
right?
Information
But
to get it out there.
Dude, it's important and people
Yeah.
need to ask the tough questions here.
Right?
And you mentioned a good point. 'Cause you said it's like every blue moon. If anything, you might go on Facebook.
Right.
Now, about a week or so ago, I'm going through my Facebook friends list, and I'm just trying to eliminate people off there, just see if there's any dead accounts.
Yeah.
Because when I'm going to do invitations, okay, I might know someone, I might see someone's name, and I know they've been to one of our shows before, but I might not have seen them post anything in a while.
Yeah.
So I'm going to click onto this person's page and that person's page and that type of stuff just to see when their last post was, just so I have an idea. Because over COVID and the whole Trump administration time, a lot of people got off,
Stopped doing
got
social
on
media.
social media.
Mhm.
That was another big thing. And with that, so I would just notice that, okay, a lot of people drop. So I'm going to delete this person. So I'm not going to waste a precious invite of an invitation, and that's just being realistic.
Right.
And so I want to know that I want to have a better chance of reaching somebody who I might not have reached before. And, when you have thousands and thousands of friends and that type of shit, of course, you're starting from A, and I'm not even getting to Z 99% of the time
'Cause they
on
won't
doing
let
that
you.
stuff.
They
Yeah.
won't let you.
Yeah. Now, unless you're setting up in different groups, and that's another whole fucking, that's
Yep,
a
they don't want you
major,
doing that
major time consumer.
Mhm.
That way you can set up your friends into different certain groups.
Mhm.
And they won't even know that they're in a group, but if you're doing a show, I can just click this one button. I know all these people here in Orange County.
Yeah.
But I don't know if these people are active.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
with like somebody like myself, I stopped checking the notifications, so I don't even see anything
Yeah.
because I don't fucking want to. I just
Yeah.
want to post.
You know what I've
and
been
get the
trying to
fuck off
do
of
for
there.
the last, since COVID, we've been doing shows. The last couple of shows, I've actually copied and pasted all the information to my text message, and I've been sending people texts.
Yeah.
Because
It's the
you
best
gotta,
way,
yeah.
dude. It's like
And
it's
then
it's
just
having. I think it's just about having that human to human interaction again,
Yeah.
rather
Mhm.
than having a fucking echo chamber,
right,
Yeah.
right.
right?
Yeah.
And again, it's the important questions we ask here. I want to
Yeah.
think.
I personally would like feedback from people, whether you like what I had to say or not, or
What-
what are your ideas,
Or
what are
what's
your
the best
concepts, what's
way
your take?
you like to get information?
I mean, because we're talking totally different age brackets.
Mhm.
You know,
That's why I'm again, and it applies so much to those age brackets because again, not having all ages venues, why would you even
Awful.
why would you want to reach people that can't even get inside the fucking club,
yeah,
Mhm.
right?
yeah.
So it's a huge. So again, who are you trying to reach with said project at hand?
That's why
said
on our
show at
YouTube
hand?
channel, I have the age restriction because those people, not because I'm trying to be rude and I don't want to help people learn new music, but those people aren't going to go to the shows. They're not going to
So
go
is
to
that-
what we're reporting.
So is that your main focal point? Is to get people to the shows, or is
Yeah.
it to get people to the radio station? Because that's two different things now that we're talking
Yeah.
about.
It is, but they do one thing, and that tells you where the shows are coming up because we try to make sure that, yeah, you have this music and you have these bands, but we try to put where you can go see them to the band. So you might have heard a band and then you're watching our show and you're like, blah, blah, blah is playing here. Okay, now I'm honed in. Where's this?
Yeah. The main website, that's all ages.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Oh, yeah. On our website.
But also, with the language that we're going to use is not, it's rated R and
Yeah.
plus,
Well, again, that's
I got a little tiny R up there in the corner. It doesn't matter.
again though that's censorship from
Yeah.
big tech
Yeah.
that can
Yeah.
get away with it, right?
Yeah.
So
But we don't have to worry about that.
no. But gentlemen, I really want to thank you for staying a couple of minutes extra and doing this
our pleasure.
with me. Make sure to go check out C4OC Radio with obviously Mr. Mike C and Mr. Danny Ray. Thank you guys.
Let's
Go
all,
out and support your local music scene.
let's all agree that there is got to be a better way.
We're
Yeah.
creating it.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
creating it right here on Heavy Metal Television.
That's
And whatever
right.
feedback you get, I want to know.
Absolutely. And thank you guys again for tuning in to a little bonus episode here just for you guys. So there you go.